Good morning, Titans. Today is Friday, April 22nd, and you're watching Cen10 News. I'm Emma Bittner.
And I'm Ashley Hilton.
Last week was full of dresses, pictures, and promposals.
It all led up to prom last Saturday. Let's go take a look.
We are moments away from one of the most anticipated nights of high school, prom,
where the class of 2016 will celebrate their final moments of their time in high school.
Attendees enjoyed the great food, especially the chocolate fountain. People were able to get their caricatures drawn. How long did it take you to get ready?
Well, I got my hair done, so that took about an hour, and then one of my friends did my makeup, and that took like 30 minutes, so about an hour and a half.
It took me about an hour to do my makeup, and then hair took like 5 minutes. I just pinned it up, and then, yeah, so about an hour and 5 minutes.
Prom king and queen were finally announced.
All right, guys. Your 2016 prom king is Alec Malkovich. Your 2016 prom queen is Emily Walker. All right, guys, make some noise for your 2016 prom king and queen.
Congratulations to the prom king and queen, Alec Malkovich and Emily Walker. This has been Muthavira and Sorna, Cen10 News.
Prom was pretty sweet, don't you think?
Definitely, but you know what's sweeter? The opening of Carlos's Bakery in Dallas.
Muthavira has the scoop.
Buddy Valastro, the star from the hit TLC show Cake Boss, opened his bakery, Carlo's Bakery, here in Dallas. Fans from all over Texas came to celebrate the ribbon cutting and get a first look inside Carlo's Bakery.
I love you guys. But we are so excited to be here in Dallas, Texas!
This is a 13th bakery in the Carlo's Bakery franchise. It is located off of Preston and Dallas North Tollway here in Dallas. We interviewed some fans to see how long they waited in line. How long have you been waiting in line?
I've been in this line since 4 a.m.
Since 4 in the morning.
Fans from all over Texas waited hours in line in hopes to be one of the first to get a look inside Carlo's Bakery, to try their world-famous baked goods, and to meet Buddy Valastro himself.
Most of all, I want to thank all of you, because without you guys being the fans, I wouldn't be who I am today. So, let's open bakery number 13!
Muthavira Marai Cen10 News.
A new addition to our lives is the way technology is taking over.
Many students' lives are being impacted in ways they never assumed.
Kayla has more.
More and more, we see ourselves and the people around us becoming addicted to technology. While it is making our lives easier, how is it affecting us long term? I conducted an anonymous survey of 100 people to learn more about their technology habits. From the survey, 28% of participants say they use technology for more than 6 hours a day. But the idea that one can be addicted to technology is not new to people. Of the people surveyed, a whopping 58% of participants admit that they feel addicted to their technology. I spoke to Centennial psychologists to see how an increased dependence on technology could affect us long term.
Psychologically, I do think that young people will need to learn to limit and just set boundaries around the dependence on the technology so that they can just avoid going to it instead of going to people. You know, our world still has to work in terms of relationships, and so we have to have that as a skill. I think that we could just use other avenues for social connection. I think that people could kind of go back to where we'd meet up and actually talk and have face-to-face meetings, and versus just the quick instant messaging and the posting online and the social media.
Ms. Tammy Turner, Centennial's librarian, shared insight on how our new reliance on technology could be beneficial as well.
There are benefits to the increased reliance on technology. There have been studies that have shown that since we now have like GPS units and map features in our phones, that we no longer have to have that information in our brain, and we can therefore spend time thinking critically about other items that aren't rote memorization. You know, when they invented calculators, it meant we no longer had to do everything by hand. We now had something to assist us so we could, you know, expand our knowledge and do things that we weren't capable of getting to do before. So there's benefits in that regard. There's also benefits socially, I think. There's been, again, studies shown that while some people worry that social media is keeping us from communicating, or that text lingo has taken over grammar, it doesn't actually affect your regular grammar. If you are of normal intelligence and you can differentiate between social settings and educational settings and your audience, then you're not going to use text lingo in your papers, and you're really going to use the same grammar you would have whether or not you had gotten used to text lingo or not. And it also helps us have contact with people that we wouldn't have normally. You know, if you've got people that are living out of state that have moved away, you would have normally lost touch with them or relied on mail to get a paper back and forth, the written letter back and forth, and now you can do it instantaneously if you miss somebody. So soldiers in Afghanistan or overseas, you could actually see and know that they're okay, and they could see you on a holiday to help their emotional well-being. So there are definitely benefits to technology.
This has been Kayla McCullough with Cen10 News.
Are you interested in broadcast, video, or film? Frisco ISD Broadcast is bringing the Academy of Scholastic Broadcasting to Lone Star High School for a 3-day workshop. This workshop will be held August 3rd through the 5th and is available to all incoming 9th graders through the class of 2017. You do not need to be enrolled in broadcast to attend. See Ms. Gross in B101 or visit cen10news.com for details. Our girls varsity soccer team advanced to the state championship and represented Frisco.
They beat Grapevine in penalty kicks and were named the state champions. Congratulations.
Here's your sports update.
Hey Titans, this is Cody Cobb with your sports update. I'm not sure if you've heard yet, but most of us already have. Your Lady Titans soccer team won the state championship as they took on the Grapevine Mustangs. Here's Brody with more.
During the preseason tournament, and when I saw kind of everybody coming together in the formation that we decided to play, I thought if we stay healthy, we have an absolute shot of making it to state. We did very, very well in district. We only lost 2 games, and which caused us to finish second in district. But towards the end of the year, we actually started to not play as well as we had at the beginning. And then once we hit playoffs, I mean, I think we played better than we've ever played before. The final game was, the girls didn't play well in the first half. They kind of sat back, and we played their game, not what we would normally do. And so we kind of sat back, we didn't do and fix some of the things that I thought we should. And so at halftime, I went in the locker room and thought, oh, I'm in my last moments of this soccer season. Last halftime they're ever going to have is me, upset with them and yelling at them. But, I told them, I said, 50-50 balls are important. They're winning every ball, or they're putting themselves in a position to get the better second ball. And we weren't pressuring at all. We have 3 forwards, and their defenders were able to kind of do whatever they wanted to, and our formation, you shouldn't have that. And so they really stepped it up, and my center midfielders stepped it up quite a bit. And the second half was just amazing, the amount of work that they put in. And the way that they played was, what you would hope to see all year. You would have liked to have seen, I would have liked to have seen that the entire game. But it certainly made it exciting, and they worked their tails off to try to tie it up at the end. In the very end, we don't do shootouts in district. The only time that you get to do penalty kicks is during the game if there's a foul in the box. And that had happened actually in the playoffs, and so we were pretty excited about it. But Peyton, our goalie, she loves them. She'll, in practice, she asks for them. She wants to take them, and we do. We practice them quite frequently. We'll say, okay, who would be my first 5 shooters? We actually did it right before we left for the state tournament, and kind of prepared ourselves for that. And the one thing we did not prepare for was we had lots of people who were sick with the stomach virus and the flu. And so we had some people who were playing that were not at 100%. And so when we go into the shootouts, in the second shootout, Holland Torres wasn't there. You know, Madison Miller really stepped up and took that shot. And we were very consistent. And Peyton was unbelievable because goalies are that they do not have any advantage whatsoever in those shootouts, and the shooters do. So we had a pretty good finishers. Our shooters were great, and then our goalie was phenomenal.
We would also like to congratulate Caitlin Termini on being named Most Valuable Player. Congratulations. Caitlin Termini, Peyton Jamison, Kylie Hampton, Jenna Wiltz were all named as part of the 5A All-State soccer team. In other news, your varsity softball team slammed Little Elm on Tuesday 11-3. They play again tonight at 7 p.m. at the Colony. Your baseball team fell short to Wakeland Tuesday 6-1. They play Liberty tonight at 7:30. Track and field competed last night, but we will bring you their updates next week. That's all for sports this week, Titans. Now back to you, Emma and Ashley.
That's all for this week, Titans.
Have a great weekend!